welcome. This is October 26, 2024, and I have a special guest that I'm going to introduce in a moment, but I am uh, Grandma Sparky. My real name is Celeste Bridges. I am the founder of Blue Ribbons Worldwide, and we have a mission to unite humanity through the power of love, one child, one community, one country at a time. And in our divided states of America and the world, how do we how can we uplift, unite, and inspire people to live, dream, and succeed? We have training programs. Ari is a graduate of Standing Strong Together Community Building Leadership Training, and she's on our Youth Advisory Council. And I look to her for her wisdom. And let me introduce this magnificent, amazing woman. So Ari Tahmas, did I say the last name right? I always say it.
Yes, you
I
always
did
say
it.
it right.
I,
You're
I
good.
always say it right, but I always check in, okay?
Yes.
So you are the first generation Muslim Afghan American, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
And you graduated from UC Davis?
Yes. Yes.
How long ago was that when you graduated?
I want to say so it was 2023, so last
2023.
year.
So this is about a year ago. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
we have a bachelor's degree in international relations and something else.
Communication.
And communications, yeah. So I told her I
Mm-hmm.
printed this out and my printer ran out of ink and so I said we can fill in stuff because this is these interviews are personal, they're fun, but they're light and learning to telling the truth. A lot of people wouldn't admit to this. My printer went out of ink. Okay. And you won the California State Youth of the Year
Yes, for the Boys and Girls Club.
for the boys and girls for the whole state of California, and
Mm-hmm.
and later the Presidential Volunteer Award,
Service award. Yeah.
Service Award. So I mean, here she is, this amazing contribution to our lives. And what I wanted to ask you is, let's talk about your dreams. What is it that you're doing now and the difference you're making for yourself and others?
Yeah. Well, that's a beautiful question, Sparky. Once again, thank you for introducing me. You did a great job. I know that the printer wasn't working in our favor, but it's okay. You did fantastic. But my dream for sure is building your mission, first of all, is continuing to spread the blue ribbon, showing that we can help humanity through the power of love. Especially in our world today where there's a lot of divisiveness and we're just always in this state of us versus them when in reality we're more alike than we think, and so my vision and my goal is to continue to spread that love in my daily interactions, the way I carry myself, the way I interact with strangers. It's something that is so freeing and liberating for me. The blue ribbon brings that and mending those differences to and bringing those differences and finding commonalities and realizing that we're all human. We all are one race and we should be treating each other like we are like that. And I believe we don't do that enough. So my vision, what I'm working on, what I've been working on is always trying to foster community and always building relationships in my workspace. I know I studied international relations and communication, but now my route is going towards the fitness realm. I've always been passionate about taking care of my body, trying new fitness forms, and just making sure I can have that for other women who are like me, who veil, who choose modesty. So my vision is to create a place where women can feel safe, empowered, and protected while also being able to achieve their fitness goals. So that is something I plan to do and bringing the blue ribbon into that.
Yeah, here's what I'm listening to. International relationships can be built on any communication is what you studied, but who you're being, what your being is you realize that there's so much separation in this world for all kinds of reasons, and mostly love connects people.
Absolutely.
Respect and honoring each other, it just that's what everybody, it's you can't drive a car without filling it with gas.
Yes.
You can't do this with human beings without, if people feel disrespected, unloved, misunderstood, devalued, they they either lash out with such anger about others because they don't feel it for themselves, yes,
Hmm.
or they drug themselves out, drugs and alcohol, or they, so unfortunately too many are committing suicide or considering it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and what we're saying is that, what you're saying is, in the fitness world, you're also saying, I want to keep people feeling safe. Is it women mostly, or um,
Yes.
yes?
Yes.
So to cultivate an environment where women feel safe,
Hmm.
they feel supported in a different way than, we can go to the gym to work our physical body out. But I
Hmm.
believe we are talking about the emotional and physical body collectively. Am I hearing that right, or correct me if I'm wrong?
Absolutely. No, you got it on the dot. You understand. Yeah.
Yeah, and so what inspires me about you and blows me away is, let's see, we met when in school, right? When you were in school,
In high school, yeah.
high school. What was your high school? Oh,
El Camino
El
High
Camino
School.
High.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
In Oceanside,
Hmm.
California, and and I was doing a program there. We were doing a program for K's Community Alliance for Youth Success, and I was
Hmm.
coming in and visiting, and we created a youth success club.
Yes.
And you
Yeah.
were the president. Were you the president?
Hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
And we would come every week, Andrew Bloom and me, and we would just sit in, and you would we would set up exercises for everybody to connect, talk about their dreams, and be authentic.
Hmm.
And what do you think worked about that, about in your
It was
school?
beautiful. Yeah. I mean, hey, that's like a blast from the past, but what I remember from that was that a lot of people that I didn't know in my classrooms were coming together. We had everyone from every single part of campus, whether it be from orchestra, you got your football players, you got the basketball players, you have everyone who is coming together and finding what they truly want to pursue and actually being able, like the ribbon doesn't divide us at all. That's the commonality that we found, and that we're actually more alike than we thought. So that room, that space that we had where you and Andrew Bloom came in to help advise and whatnot, we were able to put on assemblies. We were able to go into classrooms and talk about the blue ribbon and then be able to spread it on a very wide scale, I guess you could say. And we were able to spread it even more than we thought we could. I think that was something that was very beautiful when upon first meeting you, Sparky. It was like a game changer for me because after meeting you, I was like, oh my gosh, I've never resonated with someone so much. And then I wanted you to help me to accomplish what you also wanted to accomplish. So we kind of worked together. We all came together and made this possible because we all believed we had this kind of goal where we wanted to make sure we were able to spread love, positivity, and most importantly, cheer people on for their dreams and what they wanted to accomplish.
Boy, you just said the whole thing. In fact, for those that are listening, okay, um, today I'm doing a series of interviews, about 15 interviews that will be on social media, over the next, this is what we're in October still. So it'll be November or December or January. We'll just be, but it's evergreen. So,
Yes.
we'll be sharing your video and the videos we did in the interviews, with all my work and so forth. But what we may not realize is I started with a blue ribbon to honor
Hmm.
people and tell people what I loved about them, my kids' teachers, my neighbors, and began to do that, and it caught on, and everybody wanted the ribbon. Everybody wanted to tell somebody that they mattered. They just didn't have a way. It wasn't like a
Hmm.
Hallmark card. It was like right in the middle of, for any reason, you wanted to tell your teacher how they empowered you, or your parents, or a friend, that you wanted to say, I'm sorry that I bullied you. But
Hmm.
here you are in a whole school, high school, what was 1,500 kids, I think.
Yeah.
And
Even more, I would say. Yeah. Like
more,
3,000 or so.
a couple thousand.
Mhm.
And you started this, and you guys created this. I taught you how to go into classrooms and teach. I think it was a 30-minute or 50-minute program, and
Mhm.
everybody got honored. Everybody honored each other. Everybody was
Mhm.
empowering each other's dreams, building each other up. And then you guys decided that you wanted an all school assembly. I think it was you guys that decided that. We might have
Mhm.
talked, I might have talked about it, but you produced it and put it on. I was on the stage for a short time, but everybody in the room got honored. And that's a new conversation for most folks. We're living in,
Mhm.
like you said, in a world that we're in, and I call it flat world, round world, out of this world. It's a book I've been
Yeah.
writing for in my heart for a long time. But in flat world, it's a punishment model. We look at what's not working and we tell people what they're doing wrong. We've been
Mhm.
taught this in school by the teacher that gives us a red mark on the top and tells you how many you did wrong on the test, but not how many you did right.
Mhm.
You could never be enough in this world because we have an internal conversation that we're not enough yet.
Mhm.
And yet, when somebody comes over and tells you how much you matter to them, it's so, the tears of flood and the emotions and you just, it's just because in 60 seconds you told them that how much they matter. And to be able to
Mhm.
drill down deeper and provide more training programs. My children's book just came out, Sparky and the Magic Blue
Yes.
Ribbon, How Children Brought
Woo.
Love to the Whole World. And now we're teaching fifth and sixth graders how to teach the younger ones how
Mhm.
to honor each other and talk about their dreams. And the book is a part of that.
Mhm.
Uh, so I have a blue ribbon for you to honor you.
Yay.
And Ari, I have this blue ribbon and it says who I am makes a difference. And it would be such a privilege to honor you and tell you how you matter to me. One is because you're so coachable back in the day and you drunk things in and you wanted to do something with it and you had passion behind this and you're so articulate and you love the blue ribbon ceremony and you used it all the time even when you spoke on K's in a conference we had at Oceanside High School. You made sure to point me out in the audience and say, and
Mhm.
Grandma Sparky, you gave me this blue ribbon. I mean, in the middle of this great story you told about going as a child coming from Afghanistan to America and everything that you had to deal with. I love you because you're on YouTube all the time. And I love you because when you slurp a noodle and you have this big bowl of noodles and you go, and I want the whole noodle going. And it's forever. And when you
Oh
put
my
makeup
goodness.
on, and I've watched
Mhm.
all of your YouTubes. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're fun, you're authentic, you're magnificent, you're good looking. And would you accept this
You.
gift from me?
Of course I will.
May I
Yes,
have
please.
permission virtually to place it above your heart?
Oh yes, of course you do.
It goes above your heart. It has a sticky on the back. Okay, you can buy ribbons. I'll tell you,
Mhm.
blueribbons.org. I'm not gonna. I'll tell you later. And
Mhm.
it goes above your heart, pointing up toward all your greatest dreams coming true. Your greatest dreams coming true. Tradition for me is to take the spark from my heart and put it in the cheerleaders in the ribbon. It is the sound that makes dreams come true. Let's do it together. We know how. And a
Yep.
one,
One
and
and
a
a
two,
two
and a
and a
three.
three. Bing.
Bing! And every time we hear a bing, you know that the child within us just got our dream because we're lifting people up, we're empowering dreams, and we're healing the world one blue ribbon at a time with love. And I appreciate you and anything that you would like to say at the end of this that would remind people to connect even more.
Hmm. That's a beautiful question that I got to think about a little bit here. I feel like we tend to, l- I feel like the most important thing, first of all, is to listen. Um, you've taught me this before, Grandma Sparky, and you've always told me that you want to listen not with the intent to respond, but to actually understand what someone else is saying, right? And I think a lot of us are very reactive, especially in this world and what's going on all around us and our social media. and what we're being fed through our algorithms. And I think what's very important is just to sit and listen and to have dialogue. Communication is so important. I know I studied this, but it's a learning progress, honestly. And part of the blue ribbon is that moment to be intentful, to be real and heart to heartfelt connection. It's something that we don't have often because it's so easy to type something on your phone, but it's not easy to say something face to face to someone and actually be very heartfelt and emotional. And I think that's actual courage. I think courage really stems from being vulnerable and being real with someone. So I hope that we can do that more often so that we can understand each other and not look for the differences amongst each other, but actually understanding one another because we're all really going through similar situations and we can heal from it together.
That's the sweetest thing in the world. And to be the bridge between each other, perhaps sometimes when somebody comes along, you need a tool to get a key to get into the front door of your home.
Mhm.
You need a key, the blue ribbon key, to get into the door of your soul, to connect each other. I'm Grandma Sparky. They call me the First Lady of Acknowledgement. I teach people how to
Yes.
build people up instead of put them down, to empower dreams, and to heal our planet. One child, one community, one country at a time. I invite you to be part of our Blue Ribbon movement. 1 billion people being honored, 1 billion dreams that heal our planet. Go to blueribbons.org, blueribbons.org, order ribbons, ask Grandma Sparky to come and speak, invite Ari to share her dreams, and I love you. Who you are makes a difference. We'll talk soon. God bless. That's really fun. I love this.